Our next guest is bringing some tasty treats. He comes originally from Switzerland, and he is a master cheesemaker. And so I recommend. I recommend. But I introduce to you Ramon Eberle.
What's the big cheese?
Oh,
The big.
okay. Good to have you on the show, Ramon.
Thank you.
And you were born in Switzerland.
Yeah, I was.
So at what age did you start making cheese?
16.
16.
Yeah, at 16 I started my apprenticeship to become a cheesemaker. Yeah.
Right. And so how many years experience did you have making cheese?
About 18 years now, yeah.
Okay, so start doing the math. Okay. And how did you get from Switzerland to Canada?
I took an airplane.
Oh.
No,
Is that an example of Swiss humor?
yeah, that is Swiss humor. No, it was actually...
Okay, hold on, stop. You don't laugh at my jokes, but you laugh at his. What's going on here?
I'm just way funnier than you.
Oh, thank you.
No, it was my wife. My wife Olivia. I worked in upstate New York for a year, about 7 years ago, and I fell in love with that girl, and I was on a work permit that was only for 1 year, so I had to go back to Switzerland, and we tried to keep the relationship going, the distance relationship between Switzerland and the States, right? And I kept looking for an opportunity to come back to Northern America, I should say. And yeah, one day I saw an ad in a Swiss cheesemaker magazine. And I saw the family Weber, a Swiss family that immigrated over here 20 years ago. They were looking for a cheesemaker to build a cheese plant, to make cheese. And I, first thing I did, I went on Google Map and I looked up St. Mary's. And I saw it's only...
How much did you have to zoom in?
Quite a bit. And I saw it's only about 4.5 hours car drive from St. Mary's to Penn Yan, where my wife lives, or used to live, right? So, perfect. I met with the Webers in Switzerland. We talked about their plan about making cheese and everything, and they hired me, and came over here.
And you found that 4.5 hour drive a bit long sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You sort of corrected that, didn't you?
Yes.
So, to make good cheese, what are some of the steps of making cheese?
Well, the first thing you need good quality milk, which we have at Stonetown Cheese. We know where the milk comes from. It's right across from the cheese plant. It's
How
right,
far does it have to travel?
a couple steps. A couple steps, really. So that's the most important thing. Good milk quality, and then you add cheese cultures. You add rennet. And then you have to be patient, right? Our cheese ages for quite a long time.
Now you brought in a few samples of cheese, and they all taste different, but they're made from the same cows, right?
All the same cow milk, yeah. All Holstein cows, yeah.
So how do I get different flavors in a cheese?
It depends what you do with the milk, right? What kind of cultures you add, what kind of bacteria you add in the milk, and they later on create different flavors in your cheese, yeah. And then how long you age the cheese, how much moisture the cheese holds, all kinds of factors that play into it, yeah.
So how long has Stonetown Artisan Cheese been in business?
About 3 years now, yeah. We started out 2000.
And in those 3 years, you won quite a few awards. Tell me about them.
Well, I wouldn't say quite a few.
Well,
we won. We do pretty well at the Royal Winter Fair in Toronto. We won first prize with our Grand Trunk 2 years in a row. But we entered some other competitions and came up a little short. Turns out there's already really good cheese in Canada. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's very good cheese here.
Yeah, we make the best cheese.
Yes, I think so. I've had, you bought it packaged. I don't know why you bought it packaged. I can't eat it.
Oh, you can bring a whole wheel.
What makes St. Mary's area a good place to make cheese then?
Well, there's a lot of farms here, right? There's a lot of dairy farms here. I don't know what it is. You tell me what it is.
Well,
there's so many farms
I've tasted
here.
your feed. I went on a tour of their cheese plant and tasted virtually every cheese you make, and some are exceptional.
Yeah.
In fact, Marie and I are probably going to try to get out there next week and visit them and see what we can do. What are some of the varieties of cheese you make?
Well, we started out with our Homecoming, Wildwood, and Grand Trunk. We tried to give them kind of local names here. The Grand Trunk is like a hard cheese. It's a Gruyere type cheese. the homecoming is kind of like our version of an Oka, and the Wildwood is an Appenzeller that's a famous Swiss cheese. It's based on that recipe, but we give it our little extra touch to it.
So how many varieties do you make?
Oh, probably like 15 at this point, almost too much.
Too much. And you're going to be expanding the way you say that. It sounds
Well, there's always people coming up, approaching us with new ideas, right? You should try this, you should try that. So we try to please everybody, right? Our next project is going to be, we're going to make cheese curds.
Okay.
That is, people have...
Poutine. Did you have poutine when you grew up in Switzerland?
No, I didn't know that.
Where did you have your first poutine?
Actually, I worked on Vancouver Island about 10 years ago,
Yeah.
12 years ago, and that's the first time I had that, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The gravy and the fries and
I hear Trump likes it.
Yes, I got it now. Funny, poutine. I got it now.
But now I appreciate it. It's good.
Yeah, and so certainly good for somebody who might be thinking of opening up a poutineery in St. Mary's. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I know there is poutine in St. Mary's, but using your cheese, that'd be wonderful. How much has your business grown in the 3 years you've been open now?
The first 2 years were steady growth, but this year we really picked up sales and production. Yeah.
So if I want to buy your cheese, where can I get it?
Well, Foodland here in town sells pretty well. The Town and Country Cheese Shop does good. McCully's carries it. But if you want all the varieties, you gotta come out to Perth Line 8 to Stonetown Artisan Cheese and buy them here.
And outside of St. Mary's, can you buy your cheese?
We're in Stratford. We're in all the Foodlands in the area. Basically, we still try to get into the bigger stores. We hopefully will be back soon in the Independent here in town too.
Oh, wonderful! Great. Okay, and it's not just made in Canada, made in Ontario. It is 100% made in St. Mary's. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's support our local economy here, eh? Thank you, Ramon.
Ramon, the Ramon.
Okay.